Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel, come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler platter video series, videos I've been doing for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then I talk about the stuff, folks. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious crap that I'm going to go over there while eating inside my car. Why am I eating inside the car? Because, well, sometimes I get to see bunnies go over there and run across my backyard. Hooray, bunnies. Bunnies are adorable. But actually I'm doing it from inside my car because typically when I do it from inside the car, or well, truck, car, whatever the hell, it's an SUV. That means that I was on my way to a place and I found a thing to review. That's the case today. I stopped off at a gas station. First thing I found were Cheez-It Puffed, which I did a review for before this one. Go watch that review if it's up. And the other thing I found was, boom! Rockstar, but not just any Rockstar. It's Blackberry Goji. It's Rockstar, it's an energy drink, then there's Halo on it, and that's Master Chief. Explain it like a goddamn 8-year-old. Halo Infinite. Collector set, 5 of 5. Art by Hydro74, that's what I'm going with. Hydro74, you did some nice artwork. I mean, I'm not super into the whole Halo thing and Master Chief, but I can respect it. Plus, hey, it's just like I said, it's cool artwork. So, and then it's got Enter Tab. I don't give a shit about any of that. I definitely did not buy this for its Halo association. Not a huge FPS guy. I like video games. If you give me the right FPS, I'll roll with it. Like, I like ones that have, like, there's, like, some real story to dig into, or at least some interesting mechanics. Like, going back to the real era of Halo on the OG Xbox, the one that you could go over there and, like, drop on a person and flat out kill them. I played Halo. I played it with, like, my friends when they would do, like, multiplayer stuff or, like, multiplayer campaign stuff. And I had fun doing that. But in terms of, like, just by itself, it was a fine game. There wasn't enough there for me to get into. But there was an FPS for the OG Xbox called Breakdown, which was really interesting. It was done by Namco, who do, like, the Tekken games and Soul Calibur and stuff. And it's very story-driven. It has some really cool things about it, some things a little bit wonky about it, but I like that game a lot. And I personally wish that it wasn't going to, but I wish that game had been more successful, because I would have totally been down for, like, a series of those games. Halo, Master Chief, iconic, good multiplayer games, just not personally something. I do like some of the lore, though. I'll say that. Like, some of the lore I think is interesting. Anyway, I'm going to try an energy drink. You don't give a shit about my opinion on fucking Halo Infinite. If you do, I could go over there and do some videos about that, but it would be like one, because I stopped at 2, folks. That was it. I know they're not made by Bungie anymore. Poor Bungie. They're just towing the fucking Xbox along for such a long time. If it wasn't for them, that thing would have completely sank. We never would have had any more Xbox consoles. Xbox are, get to doing. This is delicious. I super like this a lot. So, okay, I've done a number of energy drinks on the old show. In fact, I've got a can for one of them that I didn't think used yesterday. Monster Energy Ripper, so go ahead and look for that particular review. One thing I always bring up with energy drinks. I like energy drinks. I work nights, so I'm very well acquainted with them. Plus, I just like trying new energy drinks. I always find that fun. Thing is, I don't want them to taste like energy drinks. If they taste too much like standard Monster, like standard Red Bull, I'm not a big fan. Every now and again, I'll go for those. I'll get an itch to scratch, but you gotta do more with it. Rockstar, to their 100% credit, typically do a very good job of that. They do a good job of masking that crappy energy drink flavor. And they have done so extremely well with this. to the extent where, and this is pretty much the highest praise I can give an energy drink, were this not an energy drink and like loaded with caffeine and stuff, because I realistically, I don't care about that. Like, I'm going to go inside, do a couple things around the house, I'm going to go to sleep. I know it's light out. That's what happens when you work nights. You have to sleep during the day. People need to know that, and they need to learn it. But anyway, the caffeine aspect of it, whatever. In terms of the flavor, if you were to go over there and just have this be like a standard drink, I would gladly drink this because it tastes really good. Now I can't say I'm not even close to 100% what Goji is supposed to taste like. I know I've had it in things, but I can't buy it at the local supermarket, is all I'm saying. But I know what Blackberry tastes like. And Blackberry is delicious, but it's best when you curtail it because it can be a little bit tart. And I think that's what they did with the Goji aspect of it, because it never reaches that tart point. And it's just this nice berry flavor throughout. It's fairly mellow at the start. It does go over there and amp up a little bit. It borders on the tart, but then it never reaches its full crescendo. And instead it's a fairly mellow drink with just a little bit of a hit. And I like that. That for me is exactly what I would want from this. It's got a very nice taste. It has a nice drinking sensation to it. And on top of it all, it doesn't taste like a fucking energy drink. This is really good. Rockstar, you're really good at making energy drinks. If you ever decide to just make soda, at the very least, you will have one person who will full on support you, because you guys make some really tasty stuff. You definitely deserve more credit than you get. But yeah, I really like this. This is super good. Yeah, I like it. To that end, would I recommend it? Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know. Oh, it's a collector's set and all this stuff. I mean, I don't know how available it is, but if you can find some, I would say give it a shot, because, I mean, if you're not into berry stuff, then yeah, it's probably not going to be for you, but even if you're not into energy drinks, like, it's a tasty energy drink. So if you're somebody who maybe like myself, or you're not super into, like, energy drink taste, you could pick this up, I think I can safely say, and just enjoy it as a drink, plus get the benefits of it being an energy drink. The best of both worlds. So yeah, definitely gets my recommendation. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me today. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. If you could go over there and have yourselves a truly infinite rest of your life. Woo! I mean, that could be good or it could be bad. I go back and forth on the immortality thing. Mostly I'm for it, because it's less a fear of death and more because, as I am someone who likes to procrastinate, if I was immortal, I could just procrastinate infinitely. It'd be pretty interesting. But then you get older and, sadly, people in your lives end up passing away and stuff, and that always hurts, and it's like, that would be hard to deal with. But then you make new friends and stuff like that, so, and maybe you're the Highlander, and you're Colin McLeod, and it's the whole thing. Oh, yeah. Where was I? I started going off about Highlander. Yeah. Final 2 things before I get out of here, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You try not to be an asshole. Okay, that's not an easy thing to do all the time, folks. But if you're over there and you're drinking a delicious beverage, it does make it a little bit easier. But sometimes you can't help it. Just try to mitigate the level of assholeness in your lives. That's all I'm saying. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Maybe you're going to go over there, you're going to try yourself out some Rockstar Blackberry Goji, and you're going to find it as delicious as I did, folks. And then you'll go over there and you'll be like, you know what, I got to try other You guys try the Rockstar flavors and such. You go over there. There's a bunch of good ones, folks. There's a bunch of good ones. And, but at the same time, you're like, you know what? I need to keep things in moderation. You know what? Maybe I need to moderate things in my own life. And then you go on like a Zen quest and it's, is it like an eat, pray, love kind of thing? Maybe. Depends on what you want from it, Maybe it's not even a full Zen. Maybe you just like go to Montana and you're just like, Montana's cool. Hooray, Montana. I've never been to Montana, but I would assume there's some cool things about Montana. Or conversely, you could go over there and do something else. Like, you could just go to Montana for the fucking hell of it. Because maybe Montana's pretty pimp. Shout out to all my Montananites out there, I guess. I don't know why I'm highlighting Montana. It was just the first state that popped into my head. And it was just like, reach for a state. And it's like, Montana. And I was like, it's mine now. I'm going to use this for the rest of the video. Bye.